Welcome back, friends. My name is Luisana and I am thankful that you're here. This is my second video showing you guys how I make my projects. For this video, I wanted to make a card with a wreath made out of bones and a skull. I am fully into the Halloween mode right now and I am loving it. So right now what you see me doing is I am laying out all of my dies from KS Craft on Amazon, and I am putting them on my mat and aligning them so that I can cut all of my pieces all at once. And yes, I did cut inside some of the pieces because those are not gonna be seen, and you'll be able to understand what I mean as I progress with the video. The die set that I am using is actually for a door, and it comes with everything that you see there. It has a lot of pieces so that you don't have to double any cutting or anything like that, so it works out really good. Also, I am really sorry that there is like that humming sound in the background. It's my laptop. I still don't know how to fix that. I'm probably gonna need to get a microphone. I have no idea. Anyways, here I am just gluing all of those pieces together so that they can be the panels of my door. And notice now you don't see the hole. Those are covered by the layers that go on top of all of that. So that worked out pretty good. That's the main piece right there. I tried to make this door look like my door, and I went with a color blue. Oh, I don't know, I forgot to mention that you probably saw it already, but I did ink the edges of all of those little pieces with blue ink that I have here. I can't remember the brand, it's just a generic brand. Now I am trying to figure out what placement I want for all of those panels on my door, and I decided to go with this one right there. And I am going to use a ruler to make sure that I have everything lined up perfectly. So the ruler and the grids on my mat are perfect for this. I taped the ruler to my mat, my glass mat, using some purple tape, and one by one I place everything where I want it, and then I put the ruler right there and adhere it, tape it to the glass mat, and then glue my pieces onto my door. So that way it's just perfectly placed. For the bottom part, I chose to go with two rulers, one of them being a T ruler. I don't think that it matters, so that I could have them be even on both sides. I felt like you could skip this step, but I like having everything perfectly aligned. It messes with my head if it's not. And there you go. That's it for the door. The door is finished. And now I am going to move on to the dies for the wreath, and I am using these dies by Dies to Die For, Skull, Bone, and Sword. And the website for them is shopscrapbook101.com. Super cute. I decided to die cut 5 of the skulls, and I don't even know how many of the bones, so probably like 30, I don't know. But I did 5 skulls, and you will see that at first I only glued 3 of them together because I wasn't sure how many I wanted, how thick I wanted it. But I end up doing all 5 at the end. And I used a brush and my distress ink in Vintage Photo to ink the ends of the bones and around the edges of the skull. Here I am just like placing it on the door to see if it's too big or too small. It ended up being perfect because, well, hello, you're watching this video. So there, 3 of them are glued together, and now I'm placing a little bit of tape in the center to see how I want those bones. And that was just a rough idea, rough sketch of how the wreath was gonna be, and I was happy with it. So now I am inking all of them so that they look a little bit more worn out. I don't know if bones are brown when they are old or not, but they are in my card. So I feel like that gave it a little bit more, I don't know, more interest to it. So now here I am, figuring out how I'm going to make my wreath. The whole point here was to make a circle with all of those bones, and I wanted them to look kind of messy. So to add more to the creepy feel of the Halloween card, so I just placed them on top of where I wanted them to see if they look good, and then if I liked it, I glued it in place using my Barely Art glue. And yeah, I don't even know how many bones, like I mentioned. I don't know, a lot of bones. So now here I am like halfway there. I placed it on my door to see if it fit, and now I am checking to see what places need to be filled in with extra bones because they look a little empty. So what I'm gonna do is just glue the very center part of the wreath, only the center, and leave the edges not glued. And I am going to start cutting my extra bones so that only the ends are there, so I can place them in between, you know, empty spots. And in the meantime, I am also gluing the other two skulls to the back of the main one. And look at that, looks so cool. So now what I'm doing is just placing my cut up bones here and there, filling in those empty spaces, making sure that it looks nice. I'm trying to keep the center from showing any of the bones, like the cut part of the bones. So I'm just taking my time and going around it. By the way, how do you guys like this format of videos? Do you prefer this? Do you prefer live videos? If you guys want to watch a live video that I make on Facebook, I go live every day, Monday through Friday. My Facebook page is My Life in My Craft Room, just the same as my YouTube. But I am trying to, you know, explore out there more what I can do with my content. But it is a lot of fun if you guys want to come and watch me live on Facebook. So, all right, there we go. And I better start telling you about how I do my base for my card because I don't know how to explain it very good. So I don't do measurements for the base of my card, especially since this is like a sort of like a slimline, mini slimline size. What I did was I grabbed, oh, I am going to do embellishments right now, and I'm using Trinity Stamps jewels. So I got an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock, and I folded it in half using a bone folder from Stampin' Up. And after that, I placed my door on top of it, leaving a white edge around it so that I knew that it was perfectly placed. And using a pencil, I marked exactly where I wanted to cut it. So no measurements because I'm not very good at measuring things. So after that, I used my paper cutter, and it ended up being perfect. So all right, here I'm doing the doorknob. I am all over the place with this live. I am not redoing live, my gosh, with this voiceover. That is a hole punch. I do not remember the brand, but I just wanted a whole bunch of circles cut out of my foil paper from Rinea. And I don't even know how many, but they come out curled like that, but all you have to do is just kind of flatten them on the mat, glass mat, with your fingers, and they're perfect. I probably did like 4 or 5 together, glued together, so that they will be thick enough for a doorknob. And there you go, there's my doorknob. Voila! All right, so now this is the part that I was telling you guys about. I cut my cardstock. Well, looks like I cut it, I don't even know, but here you will see that I just marked it with a pencil where I wanted it, and then I cut it. Check it out. And now I am just going to glue it right there, trying to leave the same amount of white space on all sides, and call it a day. there you go. That is the end of my card, making sure the bones are glued everywhere. And that's it. This card took about an hour and 25 minutes. I just wanted to let you all know. And thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.